In retreat in 1997 at Monte Oliveto, preparing for the priesthood, it was a time to think and to pause and let things be heard well. Things were still relatively simple in 1997, because one could be completely alone, with nothing in one's pocket to distract one. And a retreat was genuinely a time apart from time. And that time was just a time of waiting for grace to come. And I thought it is well to pause and not contaminate the gift of time. Still, when we are still, the world goes on its way, unheard, nay, doubly heard, for it need not at all times have our help, and sometimes may move onward on its course when we're forgot. When we are still, the world is very wide, and there is room to hide beside the blast that can be heard afar. When we but bide a moment at a time, ere time be past. And when, my God, I wait a while and let the all yet happen well without my aid, and learn in my listening to be set on hearing well the color of each shade, then I perceive a meaning sensed unknown. For I receive alone when all alone. Some years later, here in the Hermitage, I was thinking again about the question of stillness. And by then, a lot had happened with regard to a change of culture and of tempo. For things were coming in that were to change our existence in the civilized West, for all time and through all time. And I perceived that one had to be in control of them and not be controlled to them. I remember at the prior at Sultan Timur saying that he wouldn't be a slave to the phone, and then he meant just the ordinary phone. He never had a mobile and they weren't yet in. But this new element is dangerous to the peace of the soul and the quality of time. And so I wrote this on the same theme. Be still. There are but words upon the empty air, and engines mute in cuteness of small frame, a din and babble tap, while trapping air the currents of stray thought. The cell became the agora of earth, where mirth was sought in wit well chiselled, sent far o'er the skies to pull a smile a little while from naught, but detonated thought bid blast sad eyes. Yet, though there be a healing in a spark of madness sent to jerk, and fondling keen in little strokes of loving in a mark that stood in strangest power in scarce a scream, I will not foul the virgin sound of dark, for night was made for seeing, and much light is glare too high, too nigh, where sound is sight. Requiem aeternam dona eis Domine, et lux perpetua lucia Deis, requiescant in pace. Amen.